The virtue of patience is often misunderstood as a passive waiting, but in reality, it is a focused and powerful state of being that allows the heart to remain steady while the world remains in motion. To possess a patient spirit is to understand that every beautiful thing in life has its own natural rhythm, and that, trying to hurry, the dawn will never make the sun rise any faster. In the bustling cities of the West, where the pressure to achieve and the race against the clock are constant, the decision to be patient is a profound act of it is the ability to sit in the silence of the night and trust that the seeds you have planted in the day are growing in the dark, even when you cannot see the progress. A patient spirit does not react to the storms of life with panic. It meets them with a quiet certainty that every storm eventually runs out of rain. This internal stability is the foundation of true peace, and it is the highest form of emotional intelligence one can cultivate. As you lie still and let the air move softly in and out of your lungs, consider the immense power found in the art of letting go. We often carry the weight of unfinished tasks and unresolved conversations into our beds, hoping that by thinking about them more, we will find a solution. However, the most effective solution is often to simply be patient with the process of time. A heart that is patient is a heart that is not easily broken by the delays or the disappointments of the day. It recognizes that life is a series of seasons, and that the winter of waiting is just as necessary as the summer of harvest. By embracing this rhythm, you allow your nervous system to settle into a state of deep security. You are telling your mind that it is safe to rest because you have faith in the future. This faith is not a blind hope, but a calculated trust in the resilience of your own soul and the laws of the natural world. The quiet strength of patience manifests itself most clearly in the way we treat ourselves during the hours of rest. We must be patient with our own healing and patient with the time it takes for our minds to become still. The transition from the noise of the day to the silence of the sleep is not a switch that is flipped, but a gradual fading of light. If you try to force yourself to be calm, you only create more tension. But if you are patient with your thoughts, observing them without judgment as they drift past, you will eventually find the stillness you seek. This is the alchemy of a rested soul. Ability to wait for the silt to settle until the water of your consciousness becomes clear once again. In this clarity, you find the wisdom to see your life for what it truly is, a magnificent work in progress, full of potential and guided by a steady, invisible hand. As the night continues its slow and majestic journey across the sky, let your spirit expand to match the vastness of the darkness. There is no hurry here. The stars have been shining for eons, and they do not rush to complete their cycles. The earth turns at its own measured pace, and the seasons unfold with a grace that cannot be hurried. You are a part of this great, patient design. Your life is not a race to be won, but a story to be experienced, and every chapter is essential to the whole. When you wake up after a night of patient rest, you find that the world looks different. You are no longer agitated by small delays or frustrated by the imperfections of others. You carry a quiet strength that acts as a buffer between your peace and the chaos of the environment. This is the natural dose of resilience that allows you to thrive in any circumstance. Focus now on the immense relief that comes from knowing you do not have to have all the answers tonight. You are allowed to be a work in progress. You are allowed to let time do the heavy lifting. By surrendering your need for immediate results, you open the door to a much deeper and more authentic kind of success. A success that is not measured by the speed of your achievements, but by the depth of your peace. This peace is your birthright, and it is available to you every time you choose to be patient with your own heart. Let the words of this narrative be the lullaby that stills your spirit, reminding you that you are safe, you are valued, and you are exactly where you need to be. The dawn will come in its own perfect time, and you will meet it with a heart that is ready, refreshed, and completely at rest. The legacy of a patient spirit is written in the moments where you chose to remain kind when you were tired, and steady when you were uncertain. This quiet endurance is like the deep roots of an ancient oak tree that has weathered a century of storms. While the branches may sway and the leaves may tremble, the core of the tree remains unshaken because its foundation is deep and silent. In the United Kingdom and throughout the United States, we are often taught that power is found in speed and in the ability to change our surroundings instantly, but the true power resides in the ability to change our internal response to the world. When you cultivate patience, you are building a reservoir of energy that does not drain when things go wrong. Instead, you find that you have a surplus of grace to offer yourself and those around you. This is the ultimate natural dose of Vitalea's strength that is not loud or aggressive, but persistent and calm. As you drift further into the stillness of the night, consider the beauty of the things that take time to grow. A diamond is formed under immense pressure over millions of years, and a forest takes decades to reach its full majesty. Your own growth follows this same divine timeline. You cannot force your soul to mature faster than it is meant to, and you cannot rush the healing of a wounded heart. By being patient, you are honoring the sacred timing of your own life. You are allowing the experiences of your day to be processed and integrated into your wisdom during the quiet hours of sleep. This integration is what allows you to wake up with a clearer perspective and a more compassionate outlook. You realize that the delays you faced were not obstacles, but opportunities to refine your character and to practice the art of remaining centered. In the vast silence of your room, let the tension in your mind dissolve like salt in the ocean. There is a profound freedom in realizing that you do not need to be anywhere else, but right here, in this moment of rest. The patient spirit understands that rest is not a waste of time, but a vital preparation for the work ahead. It is the silence between the notes that makes the music beautiful, and it is the sleep between the days that makes a life meaningful. When you embrace this silence, you are tuning your spirit to the frequency of the universe. You are acknowledging that you are part of a larger, harmonious whole that is always moving toward a state of balance. This alignment brings with it a sense of profound security, a feeling that you are being held and guided by a wisdom that far exceeds your own. The night is a vast, open space where your dreams can roam free without the constraints of logic or the pressure of productivity. In this space, the patient spirit finds its greatest playground. You can explore the depths of your imagination and reconnect with the simple joys of being alive. These dreams are the whispers of your soul, reminding you of who you are beneath the roles you play and the tasks you perform. When you treat these dreams with patience and respect, they reward you with insights and inspirations that illuminate your waking hours. You find that you have more creativity, more empathy, and a more profound sense of purpose. This is the true gift of a night well spent, not just the restoration of the body, but the rejuvenation of the spirit. As the hours of the night stretch out before you, let the rhythm of your heart be the anchor that keeps you steady. Every beat is a reminder of your life's constant and patient journey. You are moving toward a morning that is filled with new possibilities and fresh starts. By remaining patient tonight, you are ensuring that you will have the clarity and the energy to make the most of those possibilities. You are building a life that is defined by depth rather than speed, and by peace rather than pressure. This is the journey of a patient spirit, a journey that leads to a destination of lasting fulfillment and unbreakable calm. Sleep now, and let the quiet strength within you grow stronger in the silence. The dawn is coming, and it will find you ready, refreshed, and completely at peace with the world. The resonance of a patient spirit is like the steady pull of the moon upon the tides, a force that is silent yet capable of moving entire oceans. When you allow this quality to settle into your bones, you begin to see that the world is not something to be conquered, but something to be experienced. In the fast-moving cultures of the West, we are often conditioned to feel guilt for the moments we are not moving. But the truth is that the most profound movements of the soul happen in the absolute stillness of rest. By choosing to be patient tonight, you are declaring that your worth is not tied to your output, but to your existence. You are giving your mind permission to detach from the gears of the day and to float in the vast, cool waters of the unconscious. This detachment is where true healing occurs. It is where the sharp edges of stress are smoothed over by the rhythmic breathing of a body that knows it is safe and a heart that knows it is loved. As you sink deeper into the velvet darkness of the room, consider the patience of a mountain. It stands through the seasons, unmoving as the winds howl and the snow falls, knowing that eventually the sun will return and the flowers will bloom at its feet. You carry that same mountain-like strength within you. When you face challenges that seem insurmountable, it is not always speed that wins the day, but the ability to outlast the difficulty. This endurance is built in the quiet hours of the night. It is the result of a mind that has learned to quiet itself and a spirit that has learned to wait for the light. By nurturing this patience, you're becoming a person of substance, someone whose peace is not easily disturbed by the temporary fluctuations of life. You are becoming a pillar of calm in your family, in your workplace, and in your community. The beauty of a patient heart is that it finds joy in the small, intermediate steps of life, rather than just the final destination. It understands that the journey is the destination, and that every breath is a miracle in its own right. As you move closer to the threshold of deep sleep, let this realization fill you with a profound sense of contentment. You do not need to be anywhere else. You do not need to be anyone else. You are exactly where you are meant to be, and you are doing the most important work of all. You are restoring your soul. This restoration is the secret to the longevity of your happiness. It ensures that when you do step back into the world, you do so with a heart that is full and a mind that is clear. You are not just surviving another day. You are thriving in the richness of a life lived with intention and grace. Think of the way a sculptor approaches a block of marble. They do not strike it with the intent to finish in a single hour. They work with a patient hand, knowing that the masterpiece is already inside, waiting to be revealed. Your life is that masterpiece, and time is the sculptor's tool. By being patient with your own progress, you allow the best version of yourself to emerge naturally. You stop forcing the growth and start allowing the blooming. This shift from force to flow is the hallmark of a patient spirit. It is the ultimate expression of the natural dose of wisdom that your channel represents. It is the understanding that everything worthwhile takes time, and that the time spent in rest is just as valuable as the time spent in action. As the night continues to wrap its protective arms around you, let the silence be your guide. There is a deep, ancient wisdom in the quiet that can only be heard when the mind stops its chatter. In this space, you find the answers that have been eluding you. You find the strength to forgive, the courage to hope, and the capacity to love without condition. This is the reward of a patient night. It is the clarity that comes from a spirit that has finally stopped running and started listening. You are part of a beautiful, unfolding mystery, and you are moving toward a morning that will be as radiant as your patient heart. Slip now, and let the quiet strength within you be the light that carries you through the shadows and into the warmth of the coming day. The sanctuary of a patient spirit is a fortress that no external noise can penetrate, for its walls are built from the quiet realization that your internal peace is your greatest asset. As the night deepens, let the rhythm of your breathing become a steady pulse of reassurance, a constant reminder that you are moving in harmony with the natural world. In the United Kingdom, where the ancient stones have witnessed centuries of slow transformation, and across the vast expanses of the United States, where the horizons promise endless space, the human heart finds its greatest strength in the ability to wait without anxiety. This waiting is not a hollow void, it is a fertile field. It is the time when the subconscious mind untangles the knots of the day, smoothing out the frayed ends of our thoughts until they are once again like silk. By choosing patience tonight, you are allowing the natural dose of restoration to work its subtle magic, repairing the invisible fatigue that accumulates in a world that never stops moving. As you drift closer to the realm of deep, restorative sleep, consider the profound impact of a spirit that refuses to be hurried. Such a spirit carries a gravity of its own, a weightiness of character that commands respect and radiates a sense of profound safety. People are drawn to those who are patient because they represent a port in the storm, a steady ground where others can catch their breath. By cultivating this quality within yourself during the silent hours of the night, you are becoming a source of stability for everyone you will meet tomorrow. Your calm becomes a mirror in which others can see their own potential for peace. This is the ultimate gift of the patient spirit. It does not just heal itself, it acts as a catalyst for the healing of the world around it. You are not just resting for your own benefit. You are preparing to be a lighthouse in a world that is often lost at sea. Think of the way light travels across the universe, moving through the vast darkness for years before it finally reaches our eyes. It does not rush, and it does not falter. It simply persists in its nature until it arrives at its destination. Your intentions follow a similar path. The kindness you showed today, the work you put in, and the patience you practiced are all traveling through the fabric of time, destined to manifest in beautiful ways that you cannot yet see. By resting in the quiet strength of your soul, you are giving those seeds of intention the space they need to grow. You are acknowledging that the universe is working in your favor, even in the stillness, even in the silence. This trust is the highest form of rest. It is the ability to close your eyes and know with absolute certainty that you are being looked after, and that the morning will bring with it exactly what you need to take the next step on your journey. As the final layers of the day fall away, let your mind become like a mirror-still lake at midnight. There are no ripples of worry, no waves of regret, only the clear reflection of the stars above. In this state of total patient surrender, you find the purest form of freedom. You are free from the need to perform, free from the need to prove yourself, and free from the weight of the past. You are simply a soul in transition, moving gracefully from the light of the day into the restorative dark of the night. This transition is a sacred dance, and you are performing it perfectly. Every cell in your body is responding to the call of the quiet. Every nerve is settling into the comfort of the stillness. You are a masterpiece of patience, a living testament to the power of a spirit that knows how to wait for the light. The dawn that awaits you is not just another day, but a fresh page in the story of your life. One that will be written with the steady hand of a person who knows the value of peace. Because you chose to be patient tonight, you will wake up with a vision that is unclouded by the dust of yesterday's hurry. You will move with a grace that is born of a deep internal rest. The world will feel more spacious. The air will feel more vibrant, and your heart will feel more capable of holding the vast beauty of the human experience. Sleep now, and let the quiet strength of your patient spirit be the wings that carry you through the night and into the warm, welcoming embrace of the morning sun. The stillness of the night is a profound teacher, revealing that the true measurement of a man or woman is not found in the speed of their pulse, but in the depth of their tranquility. As you continue to surrender to this unending flow of peace, realize that the patient spirit is the only thing that can truly master the chaos of time. In the bustling markets of London or the high-rise offices of New York, the world demands an immediate answer to every question, but the soul knows that the most important answers are those that ripen slowly in the shade of reflection. By choosing to stay in this state of quiet endurance, you are reclaiming the parts of yourself that have been scattered by the winds of the day. You are gathering your energy back into a single, focused point of light. This is the natural dose of sovereignty that belongs to you: the right to be still, the right to be silent, and the right to exist without the burden of constant movement. Think of the patience of the ancient earth, the way it holds the weight of empires and the flight of birds with the same unwavering steady hand. It does not grow weary of the seasons, and it does not rush the budding of a single leaf. When you align your heart with this terrestrial patience, you find that your anxieties begin to look like small, transient shadows against the backdrop of an eternal sun. You are learning to wait for your life to unfold with the same grace that a river follows its path to the sea. The river does not fight the rocks or argue with the bends in the land. It simply flows, patient and persistent, knowing that it will eventually reach the vastness of the ocean. Your life is moving toward its own vastness, and the patience you cultivate tonight is the current that will carry you there safely and surely. As you move deeper into the embrace of the night, let the silence be the medicine that heals the noise of the world. Every moment you spend in this state of patient rest is a moment where your spirit is being rebuilt and reinforced. You're becoming a person who can stand in the middle of a storm and not be moved, because your roots are anchored in the quiet strength of your soul. This strength is not something you have to search for. It is something you uncovered by being still. It is the gold that remains when all the dross of the day has been burned away by the cool fire of the night. You are a sanctuary of patience, a living library of peace, and a testament to the power of a heart that knows how to wait for the morning without fear. The dawn will find you transformed, for no one can dwell in the company of such deep patience without being changed by it. You will wake with a heart that is not just rested, but renewed in its capacity to love and to endure. The challenges of the coming day will not feel like burdens, but like the raw materials of your growth. You will meet them with a steady eye and a calm hand, moving through the world with the quiet confidence of someone who has already found the peace that others are still searching for. Sleep now, and let the patient spirit within you be the guardian of your dreams and the architect of your tomorrow. The universe is in no hurry, and tonight, neither are you. The continuity of this silence is not a sign of emptiness, but a sign of a heart that has finally found its own rhythm in a world that is often out of sync. As you move further into the deep waters of the night, consider the patience of the stars that have traveled through billions of miles of cold space just to offer a tiny spark of light to your window. They do not hurry their journey, and they do not dim their glow because the world below is asleep. They simply persist. Your spirit is made of that same stardust, designed to endure and to shine with a steady, quiet light that does not depend on the approval of others. In the modern landscapes of the United Kingdom and the United States, we are often told that we must be the loudest or the fastest to be seen, but the patient spirit knows that the most enduring influence is the one that is the most consistent. By remaining calm tonight, you are practicing the high art of consistency. You are proving to yourself that you can be the master of your own internal landscape. No matter how much the external world tries to pull you in 1,000 different directions, this patience is a form of spiritual gravity that keeps you grounded when the winds of life pick up speed. Think of the way a deep lake remains perfectly still at its depths, even when the surface is tossed by a violent storm. You are learning to live from those depths. You are learning that the superficial movements of the DD emails, the deadlines, the small misunderstandings are merely ripples on the surface. Beneath them lies the vast, silent ocean of your true self, a place where time slows down and where every breath feels like an eternity of peace. When you wake up from a night spent in this deep sanctuary, you carry that ocean-like stillness with you. You move through the world with a sense of immense space, allowing others to be who they are without feeling the need to change them or to defend yourself. This is the natural dose of freedom that comes from a patient heart. It is the realization that you have all the time in the world to become who you are meant to be. As the narrative of the night stretches toward the horizon, let the silence of your soul be your most trusted companion. In this silence, there is no judgment, only a profound acceptance of the journey you are on. You are a traveler who has walked many miles today, and now, at the edge of the dream world, you are allowed to lay down your pack. Every responsibility you carry can wait. Every question you have will find its answer in the morning light. For now, your only task is to be the recipient of the night's grace. Let the patient strength within you act as a protective shield, keeping the worries of the future at bay, while you gather the energy you need for the dawn. You are being rebuilt in the quiet. You are being restored in the stillness. You are a masterpiece of endurance, and the morning will find you ready to shine with a light that is both soft and unbreakable. The dawn is not just a change in the light, but a change in the possibility of your life. Because you chose to be patient tonight, you will meet that dawn with a heart that is not just rested, multi-dimensional and vibrant. You will see the beauty in the small things that others miss in their hurry. You will hear the music in the silence and feel the connection in the solitude. This is the reward for this soul that knows how to wait. This is the victory of the patient spirit. Sleep now, and let the quiet strength of your journey be the lullaby that carries you across the final bridge of the night and into the warm, welcoming arms of the tomorrow you have so carefully prepared for. The profound stillness that now surrounds you is the ultimate testament to the endurance of your spirit. For it is only in the deepest quiet that we can truly hear the heartbeat of our own potential. As you continue to float within this unending stream of peace, realize that your decision to remain patient is an act of creation. You are not just waiting for the day to begin. You are building the foundation of a life that is governed by wisdom rather than impulse. In the cities of the West, where every moment is measured by its utility, the patient spirit understands that the moments spent in complete stillness are the most useful of all. They are the moments when the soul gathers its scattered fragments and becomes whole again. By choosing to stay in this state of calm, you are proving that you are no longer a servant to the clock. You have stepped into a timeless space where the only rhythm that matters is the slow, steady rise and fall of your own breath. This is the natural dose of liberation that allows you to exist outside the frantic pace of the modern world, anchored in a peace that is as ancient as the earth itself. Think of the patience of the desert, which waits for the rare rainfall with a quiet and unwavering dignity. It does not despair during the long drought, for it knows that the water is a promise that will eventually be kept. Your life is currently in a state of quiet preparation, and the patience you practice tonight is the assurance that your internal landscape will bloom when the timing is right. There is no need to push against the boundaries of your current circumstances. Like a river that carves through stone, not through force, but through persistence, your patient spirit will eventually move any obstacle in its path. This is a strength that does not need to shout to be felt. It is a presence that fills a room and a peace that calms those who are near you. When you waki, you will find that the world responds to this new version of you. The people you encounter will be touched by your steadiness, and the challenges you face will seem to yield to your calm resolve. As the night continues its slow rotation, let your mind become like the deep blue sky that stretches infinitely above the clouds. The clouds of thought may drift by, representing the small worries or the fleeting excitements of the day, but they do not change the nature of the sky. You are the vastness that contains everything, and within that vastness, there is only peace. Every breath you take is a reaffirmation of your connection to the infinite. You are being nourished by the silence, fed by the stillness, and protected by the patience you have cultivated. This is the work of a lifetime condensed into a single night of restorative rest. You are becoming a person who can hold the weight of the world without breaking. Because you have learned how to lay that weight down when the sun goes out, you have mastered the art of being still, and in that mastery, you have found the key to an unbreakable spirit. The dawn will eventually arrive, as it always does, but it will find a person who is no longer in a hurry to meet it. You will wake with the quiet confidence of someone who knows that they are exactly where they are meant to be. Your happiness will not be a sudden burst that fades by noon, but a steady, glowing warmth that stays with you through every hour of the day. This is the legacy of a patient spiritual life that is lived with depth, with grace, and with an unwavering commitment to internal peace. Sleep now, and let the quiet strength within you be the steady current that carries you through the final hours of the dark and into the bright, welcoming light of a morning that has been waiting just for you. Welcome to Natural Dose. Let's begin our journey into the sanctuary of your patient spirit, a sacred geography you carry within you. Picture this place, a personal haven where the air is always clear and the light is always soft. As you sink even deeper into this unending flow of tranquility, understand that your capacity for patience is the truest measure of your inner freedom. In the high-pressure environments of the modern world, we are often pushed to believe that our value is determined by how quickly we can solve a problem or how fast we can move toward a goal. But tonight, in the pure silence of this moment, you are discovering that true power is found in the ability to remain unmoved by the rush. Imagine yourself as a mountain, majestic and steadfast. You don't need to chase the clouds. You simply stay, and the clouds eventually pass. This steadfastness is your greatest protection. It ensures that your peace is not a temporary visitor, but a permanent resident of your soul. By choosing to stay in this state of patient rest, you are training your mind to prioritize the eternal over the temporary and the meaningful over the frantic. You are choosing depth over speed and substance over superficiality. Feel the profound stillness growing within you. This isn't an empty void, but a rich, fertile ground where your true strength takes root. In this gate, you are not passive. You are actively cultivating a power that the noisy, chaotic world cannot comprehend or diminish. Let go of the need to control every outcome, to manage every minute. Instead, embrace the wisdom of allowing. Allow the moment to unfold. Allow yourself to just be. This act of surrender is not weakness. It is the highest form of trust in yourself and in the flow of life. Your inner world is becoming a fortress of calm, a place where external pressures lose their power. The deadlines, the demands, the constant stream of information, they are all outside the walls of this peaceful sanctuary. Here, within your own being, you are the sovereign ruler of your own peace. You decide what enters and what stays out. And tonight, you choose only serenity. You choose to honor the rhythm of your own soul, a rhythm that is naturally slow, deep, and restorative. Now, think of the patience of the ocean deep, far below the surface, where storms rage and waves crash. The water is still and the pressure is constant. Yet, in this immense calm, life thrives in 1,000 mysterious and beautiful forms. The chaos on the surface is but a distant ripple to the world below. You are learning to live from that depth. You are learning that the superficial noise of your daily life, the emails, the expectations, the small frustrations cannot touch the core of who you are, unless you allow them to. By resting in this quiet strength, you are building a reservoir of resilience that will serve you long after this moment has passed. You are becoming a person who responds to life with a steady hand and a clear eye. Someone who knows that the best things in life are not caught by chasing them, but by being ready to receive them when they arrive. This receptivity is the ultimate form of patience. It is the ability to keep your heart open even when the world seems closed, and to keep your mind calm even when the world is loud. This state of readiness is not a tense waiting. It is a relaxed awareness. It's like a gardener who plants a seed. The gardener doesn't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. They trust the process. They provide water and sunlight, and then they wait patiently for the sprout to emerge in its own time. You are tending to the garden of your own soul. You are providing the stillness and rest it needs to flourish. The growth is happening beneath the surface in ways you may not even perceive right now. But trust that it is. Every moment you spend in this state of patient observation is nurturing your inner wisdom and strengthening your spirit. You are unlearning the harmful habit of constant striving and remembering the gentle art of being. You are discovering that you don't need to fight for your peace. You simply need to allow it to be. It is your natural state, always present, waiting for you to return to it. As the narrative of this quiet time continues its majestic, slow-motion journey, let yourself become one with the stillness. There is no longer a distinction between you and the peace that surrounds you. You are the silence. You are the breath. You are the patient, steady pulse of the universe. Feel this union in every part of your being. Every cell in your body is now vibrating at a frequency of total restoration. You are being repaired from the inside out, not just physically, but at the very level of your intent, your deepest self. The patience you have practiced in these moments is like a golden light, filling all the dark corners of your consciousness. It is transforming old fears into new wisdom and turning old worries into new strength. You are a masterpiece of endurance, a soul that has learned the secret of the ages, that to wait with a peaceful heart is the most powerful and productive thing a human being can do. This inner peace is your birthright. It's not something you have to earn or achieve through great effort. It is the essence of who you are, buried under layers of stress and societal conditioning. Tonight, you are gently peeling back those layers. With each calm breath, you are coming home to yourself. You are remembering the feeling of being whole, complete, and utterly at ease in your own skin. This is not an escape from reality. It is a deep dive into what is most real. The external world is a world of constant change, of fleeting triumphs and temporary setbacks. But your inner world, this sanctuary of patient stillness, is eternal. It is your anchor in the storm, your constant source of stability and grace. By connecting with it, you are connecting with a power that is unshakable and infinite. You are aligning yourself with the very fabric of existence, which unfolds with perfect, unhurried timing. The dawn that is currently forming on the other side of the world is coming for you. But when it arrives, it will find a different person. It will find someone who is already enlightened by the dark, filled with the quiet wisdom of the night. You will wake up not with the jarring start of the hurried, but with the gentle awakening of the wise. You will see the world for what it truly is, a vast, beautiful, and patient process of which you are a vital and cherished part. Your day will not be a series of obstacles to be overcome, but a series of moments to be savored, to be fully experienced. You will move through your tasks with a quiet dignity and a newfound clarity, knowing that you have already won the greatest battle of all. The battle for your own internal peace. You carry this victory within you. So now, as we draw to the close of our time together, let this feeling of deep, patient calm be your final thought. Let it cradle you and hold you. There is nothing left to do, nowhere else to be. You are exactly where you need to be, resting in the heart of your own peaceful strength. Sleep now, and let the quiet power of your patient spirit be the steady hand that guides you through the final threshold of the night. May it lead you gently into the warm, glorious light of a new morning, a morning that perfectly reflects the profound and beautiful calm of your own soul. Thank you for joining this session. Rest well, and we'll see you next time on Natural Dose. The final resolution of a patient spirit is the realization that the peace you have cultivated tonight is not a temporary state, but a permanent sanctuary you can return to at any time. As we reach the conclusion of this continuous journey, let the weight of the world fully dissolve into the deep, dark velvet of the night. You have proven that you can outlast the noise and outwait the hurry. In the vast landscapes of the UK and the busy hubs of the USA, the morning will soon demand attention, but you will meet it from a position of absolute power. Power of a quiet mind. Every slow breath you have taken during this story has been a brick in the foundation of your new resilience. You are no longer someone who is shaken by the unexpected. You are someone who knows that time is on your side. This is the ultimate natural dose of wisdom. The understanding that when you are at peace with the night, the day has no choice but to follow your lead. As the final words of this narrative wash over you, feel the immense, silent strength that now fills your spirit. You are like the deep earth, the self-patient, enduring, and infinitely capable of renewal. There is nothing left to do but surrender to the perfect, restorative sleep that you have earned. Your dreams will be the architects of your future, building a tomorrow that is as calm and purposeful as the silence you are experiencing right now. The dawn is a promise that is already being kept. But for now, stay in the beauty of the quiet. You are safe, you are whole, and you are ready for the most profound rest of your life. Sleep now, for the patient spirit has found its home, and the morning will greet you with a kindness that reflects your own heart. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your night. May you find deep peace and restful sleep. Wishing you the sweetest dreams. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.